What is going on, everybody? This is the Premium Cake Man here again, and last time I did one of these, I was not very happy at all for many, many reasons. For a game that I once loved, The Last of Us, that in that video I vowed I would never play the multiplayer again, and it's been a couple months and I've sticked with that. I've not played the game's multiplayer since. But a recent release has got me feeling some type of way. Some of you may have heard of that little indie game called Star Wars Battlefront, made by DICE, published by EA. I played the beta for it about a month or so ago, and I thought, it was pretty entertaining, but I could see it getting really repetitive. And from what I've heard, just about everyone that's played it so far said, yes, it's very repetitive. And the real kicker about it is, it's a new game. It's a new game, $60. It's like 12 maps, which normally that's not too bad, but there's 11 guns. 11 guns. What was that other game that didn't have that many guns and that many maps? What was that one game? Hardline, remember that game? Me neither. Also, what was that other game that had like not that many guns and like a couple maps and was decent but no one really remembers it? That one game with the big robots, Titanfall. I don't remember that game either. So Battlefront came out, and all those guns, so much content. One of them's worth using. One gun is worth using, the Han Solo pistol, which, the best part about it, if you bought the Digital Deluxe Edition, you get it from the beginning. But if you didn't buy the Digital Deluxe Edition, EA and DICE said, go fuck yourself, you unlock it at like rank 30 or something. It's ridiculous. By far, like, the best gun in the game. If you pre-ordered the game, you got the Digital Deluxe Edition, EA business model, you got it from the beginning. But if you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna get the game normally, nope. Rank 30, or $10 more on the game, $69.99. That's $60. $60 at launch. What did you get for it? Like the 12 maps, the 11 guns, a pretty forgettable co-op campaign. Co-op. The word campaign is in air quotes, by the way. Could you really call this a campaign? I seriously doubt it. Was there actual single-player story? No. How dare you expect so much content? No. For such a beloved franchise like Star Wars, how dare you expect a single-player campaign? How dare you expect such competence? How dare you expect such content in $60 games when you get the release of a game like Black Ops 3 about maybe a week earlier, which had the co-op campaign, multiplayer, zombies, the secret zombies campaign, Dead Ops Arcade 2, free run, all that for $60 plus more? It's a pretty good deal, right? But then you look at over here at Battlefront, and before the game was even announced, you got, we're announcing the $50 season pass. $50. And the game released for $60. It's $110. No single player campaign. Only about 12 maps at launch. $50 more for the content that should be there from the beginning. At least Titanfall launched with like 20 maps. But the $60 for the game, too much. It's the exact same story with Hardline. If it was about $30, maybe it would be worth it. But really, it's just... Here is what happened. You're sitting here at DICE in Stockholm, Sweden. The developer's just sitting there, alright, got all our content going here. But then an EA representative shows up, an EA representative who has no idea what they're doing with this game, how development works, nor does he give a shit. He's just here to make some money. So he walks up to our friendly DICE developer and says, how's the content going? He's like, oh, pretty cool. We're starting up on a single player campaign. How much money will it take to develop that campaign? I don't know, about $2 million. You can go fuck yourself. That $2 million is going into our bank accounts. If you want to spend that money on a campaign, then you can just walk right out the fucking door, sir. That's going into my bank account. So what else you got going down the pipeline? We got about 20, 30 guns in there. That's too much. Take a couple of those out for the DLC. But what about the content at launch? Who gives a fuck about the content at launch? All I care about is the money we're gonna make at launch. $60 for the game, $50 for the season pass. It's gonna be great. You and me, we're both gonna get paid. But what about the players? I don't give a fuck about the players. All I care about is just making that money, because I'm EA. I work for EA. I live EA. All I care about is the money going directly into my pocket. So, anything else you got going down the pipeline? Well, we got about maybe 20 minutes for launch. No. There's your first problem. That many maps for a launch? Too much. Look at Titanfall. How many maps do they have? 20? Who still plays that game? Not that many people? Yeah, no shit. So, take all those maps out, put them in the DLC. But these are all fan favorite moments from the Star Wars franchise. Look at my face, son? Do I look like I give a shit about the Star Wars franchise? Who are you to tell me what to do? I'm here just to tell you what you should put in your game because I know so much about it because I'm EA. This game was just... It had all the hype in the world and just another proof, like another example of why hype can kill a game. You had hype, not really hype for Hardline, but you had hype for Titanfall. You had hype for this. Remember that one really hyped game last year, Destiny? Remember how the launch of that game went? That like 2-hour campaign. People were really satisfied with that at launch, huh? And then it took the two expansions. Those aren't expansions, those were DLCs. The two DLCs, and then the expansion for the game to be worth $60. But even then, $60 is still kind of too much for this game. And unsurprisingly, the fucking publishers of Destiny, the world famous Activision, the original EA, who didn't give a shit about fucking the game, all they cared about was putting money in their pockets. As much as I enjoy Black Ops 3, it's another proof of concept that Activision doesn't give a fuck about the players. They got their money, and they could have, with all the money that they make off the Call of Duty series, they still don't give enough of a shit to put some fucking proper servers in the game. It's currently November 22nd, it's about 11:30 p.m., and the servers for Black Ops 3 have been down for hours. No one on any platform has been able to play it, and this is double XP weekend. The entire weekend has been either a laggy piece of shit or a piece of shit that doesn't work. The game industry needs to get its shit together before people stop buying their fucking games. Thank you. I was in the middle of editing the video here, and I look onto Twitter and I just get some amazing news from Treyarch's Twitter account. I just now finished recording and talking about how Black Ops 3 servers are terrible and I haven't been able to connect, and Treyarch's Twitter account spits out some typical PR bullshit. This is the exact reading of the tweet. We're aware that some players are experiencing connectivity issues and we're looking into it. Some players are experiencing connectivity issues? Some players? You mean like every single fucking person that bought the game? I have read in some of the forums about people who were playing single player got booted from the game. Single player? The people who are playing single player offline fucking zombies got booted from the game. The people playing by themselves offline in single player and people who were playing offline zombies got booted up from the servers because this game for some reason has some always online bullshit. And if you're not online, if the servers go down and you're just trying to play some zombies, you can go fuck yourself. Watch some videos online of people playing zombies offline and they've gotten connection interrupted. People playing alone and zombies on offline have gotten connection interrupted. How? How the fuck does that work? I'd love to know how you can fuck up a game this badly. Normally, a game's servers go to shit during launch. Like the first day of launch is just the game is all types of fucked. This is honestly kind of impressive to fuck up a game this bad after launch. It's been like 2 weeks after launch and this game is got just basically one patch. The first official patch for the game fucked it. The first double XP weekend for the game, garbage. Barely works. And it's just kind of amazing that this entire weekend, the Treyarch Studios Twitter account and Vonderhaar's Twitter account itself has been silent about the servers the entire time. You know what? The servers have been down for hours. You know what Vonderhaar's been tweeting about? A football game. A football game that he's at right now. He's been tweeting about that all night. But for the servers that he's been developing, for the servers for a game that he developed, who gives a shit? Vonderhaar doesn't. Activision doesn't. So why should we? We should just stop supporting Activision. As fun as a game as Black Ops 3 is, this is just a slap in the face to every single person who bought the game, who sank their hard-earned money into this, because Activision doesn't give a fuck about anyone except the person putting money into their bank account.